hard to believe, man. This is number 35.
Wow. Fuck,
35.
dude.
It's a lot.
I like that it's just like a regular, like Sunday morning, I got the coffee. I've got a good handful of Facebook friends and people in social media that are heavily addicted to this show. Like there must be about 5. Like there's not a lot of people to listen to, but the one. So there are 5 of them, and they literally, one of them's this Facebook friend named Rebecca, who I don't even know that well, and she's like, "Hey, you got another Heeb and Gore show? You're supposed to put one up on Sunday. I noticed Sunday it didn't happen." I'm like, "Oh, whoa, oh my goodness!" Like people are really.
Yeah.
I love it. We're on to something.
I like the fact that we now have a few young people who will come on. I'd like to.
That was awesome.
At some point, I'd like to do an episode like sort of with the early 20-something perspective on certain things, like because you and I mean,
Oh, we're out of it. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I try to be updated where you have just completely have abandoned any hope.
Well, I have mostly, but I do have I have mostly, but I do have this one tenant. He's 22-ish, 23, and he keeps me kind of in the know. I have
Is he the one with the girlfriend, right?
He's got a girlfriend. We go to dim sum, me and him, like probably once a week.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to have him on from time to time.
Yes, and I still got to get Ezra on.
Oh yeah, the Jew. I love that.
The Jew. Jesus Christ.
What?
So what is going on? Last week's podcast, we tapped into something, Dan. I know that we did like this kind of like, either or, this or that kind of thing. And it went really well. It was a good podcast. And so we're going to do more of that this week. Right, Dan? I understand you've created a bracket.
Yeah, I came up with, because you and I, we love to talk about things that we hate and we can't imagine why anybody likes doing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to share this.
Things that we hate and we can't imagine anyone else likes doing.
Okay, so you see what I have here, the bracket from hell.
Yeah.
So I've got 8 things, and these are real life things that people do.
Oh wow.
What I want to do before I show you the items.
Yeah. Okay. Set it up.
I want to set up ground rules. I want to pick the thing that is the worst of the two, because I want to land on the worst of the worst.
Okay.
I want the winner.
We're not of the 2 choices. We normally pick the thing that we would rather do, but now you've changed up the rules. We're going to pick the thing that is worse.
I'm going to give you a little taste.
Yeah, this all started. Okay, so this all started a long time ago when I went to a water park with Ro.
Yeah.
And you had a lot of fun with me telling the story. You even made you made photoshops and memes. It was great. Because I had to go to a water park. It was a very large water park in Salt Lake City, and I went with Ro, and you were like, "That sounds horrible." And I'm like, It was really horrible.
So I came up. So you're getting a taste with these pictures. I'm showing you some photos of awful things, including a water park.
Yeah, and I see where we're going. Okay, there's going to be a bracket. Okay. So is my bracket going to be different than yours? I guess so.
No. I created one bracket. Here you go. Okay. So there's 8 items. They're not seated. I just kind of paired them
okay,
this arbitrarily. Is good. So the first thing, and again, we're picking the worst thing. Now let's assume also for the purposes
more ground rules.
For the purposes of this bracket, to make these things equal, we're assuming that these activities that I'm giving you last a week, unless it says otherwise. It's a week. It's a whole week.
Okay.
Unless it says otherwise, it's a week.
I like that. Okay.
All right. So we're going to start first. We're going to do water park versus Bible camp. So you got the water park where you're going around smelly, gross, half-naked children, kids, and teenagers running around, climbing the stairs, going down. It's just nasty, smelly.
Big crowded water parks.
Big crowded, packed.
Kids are screaming, bad parents, bad music, probably like New Country playing out of the speakers, Jason Aldean.
Yeah, you see the water park here, top left. That's the water park, and then Bible camp on the top right. So the Bible camp, it's not going to be as crowded. There's 50 people there, whatever it is. You get a cot every day. You pray to Jesus and you have Bible school. But there's less people there.
But here's the difference. There's less people there. Okay, but if water park, let's assume they're both a week. Water park, you go there, you're there for 5 to 7 hours a day, and then assume you go home to a motel.
Overnight.
Bible camp, you're there camping there.
Well, let's make it equal. Let's say it's day camp. Let's say it's a Bible
day camp. So there's equal amount of days and hours there.
You're going up into the hills.
You don't have to sleep there with
potato sack races and fucking.
It changes my answer. We're gonna have different brackets, but
this is more you. I picked these more for you, but
I'll to torture me.
I'll give my take. I'll give my take. But so which one would be worse?
Okay, so you're trying to get into my head. So I'm thinking, okay, water park or Bible camp. Which one is worse? Okay, so Dan has said it's going to be a week. Each one is a week. And each one is, call it like 9 to 5, more or less. Water park, you show up all day. You sit at the water park. The music's playing. There's kids screaming and yelling.
Packed in with people.
It's just nonstop kids screaming.
You got to stand in line to get
God! To get like a $14 hot dog, you got to stand in line. Some kids picking his nose. Yeah. And then there's Bible camp, which is, here's the caveat. I've been to Bible camp, okay, and I went to Bible camp when I was about 15, and it was for about a week, but it was sleepover,
right?
And so if you're asking me,
sleepover would be worse. I'm trying to make it even to where it's a fair debate. Like, this
is a good bracket. What would be your choice?
The worst.
Is there a Hebrew? Is there like a Jew version of Bible camp?
Yes. I mean, with air conditioning, but yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I think if it were me,
you're choosing the Bible camp.
You mean it's the worst thing, or is the better?
Oh, right. You're choosing water park.
The worst thing.
Yeah.
The worst thing for me would be the water park.
Yeah. That's unmistakable.
I would hate both. Don't get me wrong, but
it's a
I
very
feel like
good
the
bracket.
Bible camp, I would have a chance to at least get away from people, get by myself.
Yeah, from what I know about my Bible camp that I went to, it was very much like this house. We called it a retreat, and it was like this house out in the woods, and it's like, you get rooms and you get roommates and stuff, and you got to do Jesus type shit for about 8 hours a day. But at Bible camp is where I learned to smoke cigarettes. It's where I saw a boob for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
There's some good nasty shit. I did some vandalism at a Bible camp. I poured pancake batter all over a wooden cross that was out in the woods, and felt like I was going to go to hell for it and stuff because the whole group got yelled at for it, and that was my vandalism.
All right. So which one is worse?
The water park is worse, dude. I'm going to Bible camp.
We're going to advance the water park. Okay. The next one is a Disney cruise, lasts a week. Or I called it Gay Kiss Weekend. This is where
you're really going to need to put down the ramifications and specifications and details on the gay.
We've talked about this before.
Gay kiss is a big topic.
It's where a rich gay guy takes a liking to you. And he wants to have the boyfriend experience with you.
Right.
You got to ride around in his Cadillac, and you got to go to dinner. Now, look, we're not going to go crazy here. There's nothing hardcore, but you got to smooch, you got to make out, and it's a
lot of sort of public affection.
It's a weekend. You have to sleep with him, not sleep but literally.
Right, hold on right there. Let's just put out right now that me and you are a couple of straight guys.
We're a very boring straight guys.
But and also I got to make very clear, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, with the gay lifestyle, it's just very strange.
So there's your Disney cruise, bottom left.
Yeah, it's weird for a straight dude to think about doing gay stuff. As it is, it would be for like a gay dude to be. You know what I mean?
That's what makes us. That's the reason the reason I think this one here is that the Disney cruise for you and me both would be like hell. Like.
Go back to the picture of the Disney cruise. Like, what are we looking at? Donald Duck is walking around. Like, you got to deal with those.
Yes, they got the characters. You see the big boat behind them. Like the thing holds 5,000 people. You're packed in like sardines.
Well, let's also assume that if it is for a week, you're not allowed to just hide in your room for the entire week, because that's something that I would do.
I can't make you leave your room. So there's that.
But let's just assume that for 6 hours a day at least, you got to be out and about.
Well, you
got to get
food. Right?
I mean, you got to fucking
right.
So you're gonna have to.
And there's kids everywhere,
yeah,
mommy
everywhere.
and daddy,
and adults that are into Disney, which is
even worse. Yes. So,
all right, what's the worst one?
The weekend you on a Friday night, you go to dinner, you go back to his house, you go to sleep. You wake up Saturday.
The gay kiss. So when I'm lying in bed with the gay dude, is he spooning me or is spooning?
Yes, spooning. You're sleeping.
Am I feeling his heart on on my back? Is it like
he's possibly, but you're not expected to do anything beyond a smooch.
I really don't want to you got to just take the penis. Anything involving the penis.
You're not allowed. You are not expected to do anything beyond have dinner, conversation, and smooching. So
let's take spooning with an erection in my back off the table. So it's just
that's fine. Yeah.
That's fair.
You have to sleep with him. Maybe he puts his arm maybe he puts his arm around you.
That's fine. Arm around the thing. That's expected.
Totally fine. No big deal. Right.
I mean, the meal was nice, so I'll take the arm around.
You get the meal.
I get meals, and you've got me with this because I'll do a lot for a fucking meal.
When the meal's over.
I'm bad. I'll do a lot for a meal. I think
I think the Disney cruise is worse. Don't you?
Hold on. Which one is worse?
I think the Disney cruise is worse.
I'm doing the gay kiss weekend because hold on.
It's worse?
All right, so no, Disney cruise is worse. I keep thinking about the one you set up the rules again. The Disney cruise is worse. I'll do the gay kiss weekend because it's nice to feel loved. I mean, that's nice, and I'm getting lobster.
Look, don't get me wrong. Kissing a gay dude would be difficult.
It'd be rough for a straight guy.
I would rather that than
I don't like the idea of being on a Disney cruise. Plus, the thing about a cruise is you're really trapped, man.
Yeah,
and I don't like.
We need to do a Heeb and Goy Disney cruise. You and me.
Oh my god! Like a live look.
Get away from me. Get away from me.
Okay, the podcast does well, and you decide in all your look. It'll be good for the content if we do a week from the cruise, from the Disney cruise. Yeah. And that would be funny. So right now, yes, Disney cruise. I've decided Disney cruise is worse than the gay kiss weekend.
Okay. So now
are you on it? By the way, I know this is for me, this bracket, you made it for me because it's funny. Would you have so far?
Yeah, so far we are 2 for 2. Right. We are 2 for 2.
Very good.
Okay.
All right. I can't read the next one. What's going on?
The next one is a job. Okay, you have a job for a week.
I got a job I got to do for a week.
You have 2 possibilities.
It's like a 9 to 5 job.
9 to 5 for a week.
All right, what do they say?
One is you're a server at a kids eat free restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay. Here you go. There's the kid eating free. See? Or you are a specimen processing associate. That's the opening up the poop containers.
Yeah, that we talked about where
last week.
It's the colo guard where you open up the boxes of strange poo. And as you wrote on the website, which I didn't know, sometimes there's other foreign objects that are in the container of poo.
Yeah.
There's probably a special sort of tool, a special sort of tweezers thing that you take it out of there and put it in another bucket. And it's just, look, you can wear all the protective guard you want, but you're just going to be opening cans of hot strangers' poo and smelling that.
Yeah, all day.
And it's going to be messy.
In that one spot. So that's the other thing.
You're sitting at a table. There's a bright light on it.
As a server in a kids eat free restaurant, as bad as that would be, you are not in one spot. You can go back.
You can go back to the kitchen and you slam some heroin into your veins, or All right, which is the worst one? The kids eat for free restaurant is worse. I'm doing specimen processing for
I'm with you.
100%. That one is not as hard. That one is an easier decision than the previous 2. I'm doing the specimen because look, at least specimen processing, you're kind of left alone. You're sitting at a table and it is gross, but server at kids for free. That is a certain kind of hell. I'm not doing it. That's worse.
Yeah.
Worse.
All right, we're 3 for 3. Okay, the final
Very
one,
good.
the first round, the final one is Taylor Swift tour. You're going to all week. You're going to Taylor Swift shows.
Yeah.
Or Civil War reenactment for a week.
That's a good fucking wow. Okay, so let me think. So
this
both
is
of these
awful. This is awful.
Really
like,
bad for me.
I had to really think about I know which one I think is worse, but it is tough.
All right, let me think. So, okay, let me sort of like talk this out. So they're both for a week, Taylor Swift tour. And so when you say it's a week, you know what? If you're going to a Taylor Swift concert, that's going to be about 8 hours a day. Because by the time you get in the car, drive there, it's the whole thing. And let me also put the caveat on this thing. Am I using that word correctly? I don't even know. That like, I'm not going with a kid or a teen. Like I'm going to myself to the Taylor Swift tour.
Yeah.
I'm getting in a car and I'm driving myself there, which just makes it a little better to tell you the truth. So, but I'm getting in a car, and it's about 8 hours.
It doesn't matter whether you're with somebody. Let's assume time spent's the same. Let's say it's a 9 to not.
Yeah, it's about 8 hours. It is because you imagine if you're going to a Taylor Swift concert, by the time you get in your car and drive there, and then you got to park,
go get your dinner,
you got to stay in that line everywhere you go.
You get the merch,
right?
Go into the arena,
and you got to stand there. And you got to stand there with this massive
throng
group of people, and they're screaming and yelling, and it's Taylor Swift. And yet, look, I mean, God bless her, but I don't know any of these songs. I'm not a fan.
No.
Or the Civil War reenactment. Now that is something else. Now, Dan, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this about the Civil War. It's the wool outfits. They're made of wool.
Yes.
It's in a hot, muggy. It's probably in New Jersey or Florida somewhere because you got to have it at the same location.
Yes.
No one's wearing deodorant.
Not Florida. There was no Florida.
Okay.
South Carolina.
Yeah, it's in South Carolina. And, do I get to pick what side I'm on? I mean, say that doesn't matter.
Does it really matter?
All right, here's the deal. You know what's worse for me is that Civil War reenactment.
Me too.
That's worse. I'm surprised you went with me, but that's worse. At least with the Taylor Swift thing, I can sort of like look. I can enjoy.
First of all, it's air conditioned.
It's air conditioned and it is music. And I sort of. There might be some hot moms I can look at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
you can hang out on the you could spend $20 on a beer, hang out on the concourse.
Yeah, but the Civil War reenactment is hot and muggy, and you're wearing wool. I mean, look, and you're around people, and they're going to be like, the type of people I hate. You're going to be seeing that flag everywhere. Like, no, I'm picking. I'm picking Taylor.
Politics aside, like the idea that you would want to reenact a war, it's so crazy to me. I don't care what war it is.
It's weird for me because I like doing cosplay. Like I get it. You know what I mean? I get the role playing cosplay and stuff. I really do. But Civil War is just icky, dude. Like
it's all icky. Why would you want to reenact? Let's reenact the D-Day. Like any of it's icky. I mean,
it's gross. Like I don't know, man.
All right.
So
we're going to round 2 now.
But you know what? You're with me on all 4 picks so far.
4 for 4.
That's pretty amazing. You and I have differing opinions, but so far, okay. So now where are we at?
It's water park or Disney cruise. So it's a week of water park or a week on a Disney cruise.
And I got to pick which one's worse.
And you have to pick which one's worse. I know which one I would pick is worse.
A week at the water park or a week. The Disney cruise is worse.
Okay, so this is our first disagreement.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. For me.
Yeah.
At the Disney cruise, I have a room, right?
But we're also saying look, you can't hide in your room the whole time and play on your phone.
Not all day.
There should be, you got to be out there for at least 6 to 8 hours. I mean, getting food, standing on the deck. Yeah. You don't have to go to auditoriums.
I know, but like the idea of those gross water parks where everyone is like half nude and they're gross. Like
but the water park, the water park that I went to, it was big and crowded, but you could find a corner that's not so horrible and sit on a lawn chair and wear iPod. I don't know. It's close. I just the thing about cruises that bothers me is the cruise part of it. Like I
Well,
don't
you're
like
trapped.
being
You're trapped. Yeah.
I don't like being stuck on a boat. Like there's no escape. And then those stories of like, foodborne illnesses that happen and you're stuck on the boat. No, I'm choosing for me the Disney cruise is worse.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's good that we disagree. It's nice to disagree.
It is.
I would grin and bear the Disney cruise. I have a room. It's air conditioned.
Yeah.
I can walk the decks. It's better than walking around the gross, barefoot, nasty people.
Yeah, but then Donald Duck is going to come up to you and be like, "Hey, how's it going?
Hey, big boy."
Oh, fuck me.
Okay, round 2 still. Server at Kids Eat Free restaurant or Civil War reenactment.
All right, let me think about this. I got to pick the worst one. The server at the Kids Eat Free restaurant or the Civil War. The Civil War reenactment is worse.
I disagree with you on that one too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would hate both, but to have to clean up and deal with fucking.
I really don't like. I don't like children at Kids Eat Free restaurants. No. You know what a zoo they are, and then you got to go over and deal with the mom. You get the order wrong, the kid.
My name's Bruce, and I'll be helping you out today.
Yeah, I can't.
I would rather. Milk.
No, I would rather wear a hot. I'll even be on the.
No. You said Civil War reenact. No. You said Civil War reenactment's worse.
That's true. It is worse.
So you're saying you would rather? So not me.
No. I'm like the Civil War reenact. Let me think. Hold on.
I would rather the Civil War reenactment than dealing with the fucking working there for a week.
Yeah, I don't. I chose wrong. Move that back. I think the server.
You're slinging hamburgers.
You got me fucked up because I'm picking the wrong. I'm picking
the one that you're treated like shit. You're making starvation wages.
Are you with me on this one?
Yes, I would rather the worst one would be the Kids Eat server at the Kids.
Yeah, I would much rather be a Civil War reenactment and wear the wall. Hell, I'll even be on the rebel side and carry the rebel flag.
Yeah,
and all that
it's annoying. It would be terrible, but at least you're not dealing with children.
It's pretend, and I don't like. I would hate to just no. Yeah, the server at the Kids Eat Free restaurant is the worst one. Yeah.
Okay, so the final.
Wow, we're down to the final. The
server at Kids Eat Free restaurant versus Disney cruise. This is tough.
And I got to choose which is the worst one. Which I would a week. Hold on, let me recap. Both a week on a Disney cruise where I'm stuck on the boat, and you do have to. You can't hide in your room the whole time. You got to get out there for probably about 6-7 hours a day. You got to go walk the deck. You don't have to do events, but you got to be out there with the public, and you got to eat, and you got to fucking. You got to run into these motherfuckers.
With the Kids Eat Free, as bad as it may be, you're going home at the end of the day.
You are, but you're working an 8-hour shift, and moms are yelling at you, and kids are screaming, and you might have.
I said gluten free. You
got to clean up puke, and the kids crying, and the fucking. So which one's worse? All right, let me think. Don't make me answer right away. I needed time to process this.
Okay.
The Disney cruise or the server? Which one is worse?
When you board the Disney cruise, you're in a line of 500 people, 1,000 people, and they're shooing you along like sheep. And which one are you? What's your last name, boy?
All right, go over there. You know what? The worst one is the server at Kids Eat Free. That's for me. That's the worst one. I can't do that job. I wouldn't last. I wouldn't last 2 hours. But dude, I would be in jail because you know what? I would smack a child. I would literally open hand. Like the minute some kid got sassy with me, I would fucking. Bam! I'd be all over the news.
I don't want fries. Dude, I want tater tots.
I would be all over the news. A grown man slaps autistic child or whatever. It would just be. I would just lose my shit in a fucking bracket.
I'm with you. This is worse. Like I would really hate that Disney cruise, but ultimately it is still a vacation. Whereas
Disney cruise, I mean, they're okay. So the Disney cruise. Yeah, and the trauma of working at a server at a Kids for Free, like even though you go home, that haunts you the rest of the night. You keep thinking about.
Here's a fun one. Of all the first round ones that did not win or lose, Bible Camp, Gay Kiss Weekend, Specimen Processing Associate Taylor Swift Tour. If you literally had to do one of those next week, which one would you do? If you had to do it.
Okay, so you're taking the losers of the first bracket, all four of them.
Bible Camp, Gay Kiss Weekend, Specimen Processing Associate, Taylor Swift Tour.
And I got to choose the one that
You have to do one, yes.
For a week.
Yeah. Not a week. The Gay Kiss is a weekend.
Yeah. Specimen Processing. I'm doing the Gay Kiss Weekend, dude.
Me too.
Hands down.
Me too. I'm getting dinner, getting meals out of it.
I'm getting meals. Dude, and you know what? By the way, you might not be gay and stuff, and the kiss is a little, but other than the kiss, this guy's fawning over you. You're having pleasant conversation. He thinks you're attractive.
Yeah.
He's treating you really nice.
Yeah.
You're getting meals. I mean, what's not to like? Other than the grown man.
I could right. Each night when he goes in for the smooch, it would be rough.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, look.
It would be rough, but it's only a weekend.
That's really funny. I'm getting ready to go to Wasteland Weekend, which is coming up, and I have a lot of interaction with gay men, at this thing.
Yeah.
And it's very pleasant. They're very, very nice. They treat me very nice. Everyone's friendly, great sense of humor. I don't have to kiss them, but it's a pleasure to be around them. They're 9 times out of 10 way more pleasant, well-behaved than your average straight guy. So Gay Kiss Weekend.
I 100% agree. That's the one I would pick too.
I mean, I don't like the idea of a girl. Like, look, when going for the kiss and having the grown man's tongue. And we both know the ramifications of the gay kiss. We both know that's a 2-minute kiss. And you know what? And you know what? Look, a 2-minute kiss is really long. That's a long. That is a long probing. The tongue is in your molars, just checking it out.
Admittedly, that would be rough. But again, it's only a weekend. And the rest of the time, you have a nice conversation. You're getting some dinners out of it.
And you know me, I can enjoy conversation. I'm talking. The guy's got a great sense of humor. He's probably a lovely man. Smells nice. You're eating lobster. I mean, what's not to like? Sounds fucking great. Yeah. Gay Kiss Weekend.
Yeah. So
I love the bracket.
Okay, so the bracket has been decided, and there's another one. You sent me this, and I was pondering this over the weekend. So,
what is it? Did I send you? Hold on. So okay. Let me just explain something to the viewers. So I was looking to gather content for the podcast, and I found, I think it was on Reddit, like a bunch of this or that questions where people pose, what's the worst? And I just sent screen caps of questions and sent it to Dan. I don't remember what I sent him. So now Dan is putting up photos. I don't remember, like, what is this? Like I don't remember what the question was. What is this?
So you have to do a lap in an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Right.
That pool is filled with either menstrual blood or semen.
Okay. So the this or that is, can you read the actual question? Do you have that in front of you? The way that it was worded, it has to be the way that it was worded. Okay. You have to. Okay.
I got it.
Excellent.
Would you rather have to swim from one end of Olympic pool to the other filled with menstrual blood or semen?
Okay. So you got an Olympic-sized pool. That's two
big.
Of them. Yeah, it's very long.
Yeah.
One of them is filled with semen, just cum. Right?
Yeah.
And the other one is seen with just chunky menstrual fluid,
Yeah.
And you got to swim from one end to the other.
I know which one I'm going with. It's not even
brother, I'm swimming in the menstrual fluid.
Me too. Blood.
100%.
Absolutely.
And 100%. I'm getting in there. Getting in there. I mean, look. Dude. Like, because the cum, it's not your, it's not your cum. And even if it was, it's just, bro, nah, dude, I'm swimming in the menstrual fluid because I'm assuming that we've both, do you have, Dan, let me ask you a pretty gross question. Have you earned your red wings at some point in your life? Do you even know what that means?
Yes, I do. Are we really going here?
Oh, we're going. This is not a family show. Just tell me at one point in your life, have you earned your red wings?
I've earned my red wings.
Thank you very much, brother, as I have as well. And so I'm jumping in the menstrual. Yeah, I can't imagine swimming in an Olympic-sized pool filled with cum. Oh, that's gross. Yeah, That's the this or that. We're choosing the same one, right? We're swimming in a pool of menstrual blood.
All right, there's 2 that you sent me that I like. The rest I'm not nuts about. So we'll do these.
Then I sent you a ton more. There's good
No,
ones.
no, I read them all. There's 2 that I really like. All right, so let me get rid of the menstrual blood. Let's do this one. So, would you rather bang the top half of Emma Watson?
This is great.
Is that like Hermione Granger?
Who the fuck is Emma Watson?
Isn't that Hermione Granger? Like, who came up with this?
I don't know. I found it. Emma. I gotta find out a picture.
Yeah, it's Hermione Granger. It's the girl from Harry Potter.
Let me see.
Oh shit! I forgot she went to Brown. It's unfortunate. She's English. She's not really my type.
I mean, yeah, but
she's not your type either.
No, but she did grow up to be,
she's pretty. She's pretty. Yeah.
Sure. A pretty white chick. You know what I mean?
Like, no, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Would you rather bang the top half of her with the bottom half of Hulk Hogan, or the top half of Hulk Hogan with the bottom half of her?
All right, let's get into this. Hold on. Let's get into the image. The question is, would you rather fuck the top half? And it's worded strange. Would you rather fuck the top half of Emma Watson with the bottom part of Hulk Hogan, or the top half of Hulk Hogan with the bottom half of Emma Watson?
That's
now,
tough.
the first part
that's the tough one, if you think about it, because it's either a really pretty actress with Hulk's bottom, which is a dick, right?
No. So you got to get into what this question really, if you dissect it, you're going into a vagina or a butt, though. Like, let's get the anatomy.
Well, I mean,
so one of them, you're sticking a dick in a vagina. Okay,
yeah.
But you're sticking a dick in the bottom half of Emma, but the top half is Hulk Hogan saying, "You get me, brother. Hey, brother."
Yeah.
You know. Or the other one is like you're butt fucking Hulk Hogan with the big veiny ass, but you get to look at Emma. This is a fucking
veiny ass. Can an ass be veiny?
Would you rather fuck the top half of it? You got to have sex with and fuck this person. The top half of Emma Watson, bottom part of Hulk Hogan. You know what, dude? I got a choice. Do you have one? I need the top half of Emma Watson. I need to be looking at her.
Rather the dick with the woman's face and body.
I need to be looking at Emma Watson's top half, and I need to see her boobs. I can't be dealing with the Hulkster looking at me with his handlebar mustache and talking. Yeah, I mean it's gross. They're both pretty bad. I'm fucking the creature that is okay. There's 2 creatures like centaurs. One of them is the bottom half of Hulk Hogan, the top of Emma Watson. I want the top half of Emma Watson. Yeah, dude. Which one would you do?
Funny.
That's a rough one.
You know what's funny is Brent Hatley just texted me, he was on the Howard Stern show. I haven't heard from him in forever. He actually knows Hulk Hogan. That's the reason.
Is Brent listening to this fucking show?
No, he doesn't know about it. He's going to Maiden. He's one of the people going to Maiden with me.
Okay.
He was just because we're only a couple months away. Anyway, all right. Bruce, I think I'm going opposite on this one. I think I don't think I could deal with the dick and the ass.
Yeah, they're feeling a dick down there. Like you're gonna feel like a fucking penis. That is rough.
I don't think I could do that. It's as bad.
But Hulkster's big arms are wrapping you. They're caressing your body. And like you feel that his mustache against your skin.
Yeah,
they're both very bad. But okay, that's your choice. I mean, but at least in your case, you're sticking your dick in a vagina, which feels good.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the next one. All right.
That's really bad, dude. That's a rough one. What else did I send you?
That was a good one. Yeah, I like this one. I like this one too.
I hope you picked a penis on the forehead one. That's the best one. That's
stupid. I didn't like that one. That was dumb.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Would you rather be able to eat anything you want and not gain weight and be healthy, or be able to only sleep an hour a day and be fully rested? This is easy for me.
Let me. I don't understand this question. So how about this? Would you rather be able to eat anything
whatever you want? You're not gaining weight,
and have good nutrition, or only have 1 hour of sleep
Right. You're never
I
tired.
want to eat anything I want.
Me too. It's not even a debate, right?
Yeah,
I mean, like,
I mean, I don't mind
would,
sleeping 8 hours.
who would pick the sleep one?
You know what? I'll tell you who picked the sleep one. People that are like real go-getters who like want to fucking make money and like, I only want to sleep 1 hour a day and be fully rested. That means I could fucking hustle and do my grind set for the next fucking, those type of people.
I'm grinding, bro.
No, and they make their money. Like, what? No, I want to just like, you know what? I've been going to the gym trying to get in shape for this Wasteland Weekend, pretty hardcore now for the last couple weeks. And I've been torturing myself, Dan, to not allow myself to eat like cookies or pasta and all this stuff. And it's like, it's the hardest thing in the world. And I know that the minute that I have pizza and stuff, I gain 5 pounds. And it goes right to my belly.
And the older you get, the worse that is. Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, I'm 56 now. So it's like, I had like a big bowl of noodles as my cheat day and I gained 5 pounds. I got on the scale and it was like 165. And I'm like, fuck. And it was my belly was sticking out. Yeah, if I could have the thing where I could eat whatever I want and have perfect nutrition, I would do that all day. Fuck. And I just, sleep when I need to sleep. Who gives a fuck?
It's not.
That's a rough one.
That's not even a debate. The Emma Watson one is way different.
The Emma Watson one is pretty grueling. You didn't like the penis on the forehead one?
It's stupid. I mean, I just don't. I like ones that, although the Emma Watson's not based in reality either. But
you didn't like the bag of what? You didn't like the living in the bag of milk or the denim skin one either, huh?
Yeah. I mean,
would you rather drink a glass of someone else's spit or a glass of someone else's sweat? You got to drink a glass of one. Would you rather drink a glass of someone else's spit?
I'd rather the sweat.
Yeah, that's easy. I answered that to myself. I'm drinking the sweat. Yeah. I'm drinking the sweat because the spit's going to have that like viscous, like that's going to be rough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it also, they might have crap in their mouth. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, that's gross. The sweat is just going to be like a brine, like it's a brine. It's fucking gross.
Yeah. So you got Wasteland. When is Wasteland?
So Wasteland is exactly. Okay. So by the way, I just want to sum up that segment, Dan. Good job on the prep of that segment, the this or that, the bracket segment. It's always a lot of fun. We get a lot of response from that too. People love that.
The thing is, you and I agreed on almost all of them, which I thought was interesting.
I mean, that was pretty close. I mean, so what was the worst thing out of the bracket was being the server?
Server at a kids eat free restaurant. Yeah.
Let's just recap that hell. Like say, okay, it's like I got a temporary job and I got to go in and it's probably like a Chuck E. Cheese or like a fucking fish sticks or like a pizza.
TGI Friday.
And if it's an all you can eat, like children's, it's families going there and they're all badly behaved and the phone and the iPad and the parents are behaving badly and no one gives a shit. And the kid, I'm going to jail sometime because I'm hitting a child. Like at some point I'm going to lose I'm going to hit a fucking child and just be like, but that's a good bracket. Good work on that. But yeah, as far as what's going on in my life, yes, I got Wasteland in exactly 21 days. I leave in 21 days.
Oh, it's not till the end of the month. Gotcha.
Yeah, but I'm going there early and I'm going late, and my experience is a lot different this year because normally I have the big truck. Normally I show up, I'm with a tribe, with a group of people, and I help put up. I do a lot of work and stuff like this. I sold the truck, so I don't have the fucking truck anymore.
No truck.
Which is a little weird, but and honestly, I had 10 years of driving that thing. Everything I could do with the truck, I did. The car cruise, you get hot chicks on it, everything. I've done it. And it became to be more of a hassle. It's like, I got to make sure the thing's running. Does it have tires? They're $300 a piece. All this. Does it work? I got to make sure it's got oil. And it's like, it gets to be a hassle. Hey, would you drive me around? It's like, whatever. So now I'm just going to like scale it back to where it's just me and the little car. And I've got my outfits that I wear. And I am to do some performances. And as you know, one of them is like this kind of like shirtless playing the drums kind of a thing, which is why I'm at the gym getting in shape and stuff like this. I'm looking forward to it. That comes up in a week. And here's the really good thing. Ro's not here again. Last time we did the podcast, Ro was gone for a couple weeks, right? She came back for 5 days and she went out again. This is great. Ro and I have a relationship where she's either out or I'm either out. We're taking these separate vacations and,
Sure.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, I guess.
Absolutely.
So now I'm home alone 4, right? And she's gone for the next 20 days. So I got
Hawaii?
No, she's doing a tour. She likes to tour the national parks and do these hikes, 7-mile hikes,
Oh my
grueling
God, it's like
7-mile hikes.
okay, all right, 7
Put
mile
that on the
hikes.
bracket. Put the
7 mile
7-mile
hike.
hike on the bracket.
7 mile hikes over the span of a week, or the kid-free restaurant server.
I mean, I'm doing the kids free is the way. I'll do the hike,
I think I'd rather the kids eat free.
no, the hike sucks because I mean, look, I've gone on hikes with her. She goes, "Hey, you want to go on a hike with me?" In the beginning of the relationship,
and let me guess, she's not satisfied with half a mile.
Hell no. And by the way, she's also not satisfied with something being flat. It's got to be like a climb up a mountain. And I'm like, hell no. And she tells me stories about like, yeah, we ran into like a cave of bees that we had to deal with, or one part of the hike had like a wooden ladder we got to climb up. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't even want to walk around the block where it's flat. Like, I don't want. And here's the thing. I go to the gym and get on the treadmill and get on this and that, and I'll do 5 miles on that. But the treadmill is like, it's air conditioned. You can watch fucking TV. You can listen to tunes. You're looking at other people. And I think you know what I mean by that.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So, but like, okay. But as far as getting back to the conversation, yeah, I'm getting ready for Wasteland. And I've got, the good thing about it is that she's gone for the next 20 days. And I have the whole house to get ready. I got a lot of prep work to do. I got to go through all my outfits and make sure that everything's fine. I got to make sure that the boots still fit. I go over everything with a fine-tooth comb, all my camping gear and stuff. And when she's here, I can't really spread out in the house and do all that. But now I got the whole fucking house. What is this? So Kara made you go on a 3-hour hike?
This was at Lake Tahoe. Yeah.
Was this Kara or someone else that made you do this?
G. Who else? Or yes.
Kara.
Yes. Yeah.
You call her G?
No, I'm saying G. Who else? Yeah. There's no one else on the planet who could get me to go on a 3-hour hike.
Yeah. We both have loves of our lives that we've had for about 20 years now. And we do things. There's sometimes in a relationship, there's give and take, you know what I mean? And you're going to do things that maybe you're not super thrilled with. But it's all about communication. There's some things that I know you're like, I'm not doing that. And then there's some things that are like, okay, slightly under protest, I'll do it if it makes you happy. That's fine. Right. That's part of being in a relationship.
It is. It absolutely is, but it's still miserable at the time.
Yeah, but then, so when you do something like this, do you keep the complaining down to a minimum as to not piss her off that bad?
I try. I
bet you're bad with that.
I bet you're really bad at that. I'm really
like, she probably comes back and you're like, I did the 3-hour hike. And she's like, yeah, but you complained the whole fucking way.
Yes, that's my life. That's the story of my life. Yes.
Yeah. And that is the problem. That will lead to an argument.
I am bad at keeping my mouth shut, for sure.
You're bad at just like shutting up and just dealing with it. Like,
yes.
Yeah. Like when Rose said, like the thing about the water park, I went to a water park.
I still can't believe that you did that.
Rose said, do you have that picture? That picture,
No,
the Photoshop that you made was really funny. So I went like Rose, like we're taking a trip to this is when we lived in Utah. She wanted to take a trip to Salt Lake City, and it was to see, this was a double whammy. She wanted to go to Salt Lake City to see U2. And while we were there, we hit up a water park. So there was two. Yeah.
Bruce, no.
So
no.
You got
to put your foot down there. One or the other.
Here's the thing.
Or the
other. We're driving, but she likes to get her money out of things. If we're going to go all the way to Salt Lake. Oh, there was a third part of the weekend that sucked too. You know what else we had to go to? There's a town in Salt Lake that's this rich bougie town where rich white kids learn how to do Olympic ski jumping. I forget the name of the town. So it's to get involved in the hobby of Olympic ski jumping. You got
to be rich,
entitled, and white, and basically horrible. So the name of the town had this, and it was green. It was off season, but you can go to the park and watch them go down like this fake turf, right? It's like kind of this slippery fake turf. I did three things.
Why did you say yes to this? I mean, if this were me, I'd be like, okay, I tell you what.
I choose one. Yeah.
And if there's a second one, it needs to be an hour or less.
The ski jump thing was 2 hours.
Okay. All right. That's not too bad.
And that was you just watched people go down the hill. You didn't
okay.
have to do it,
All
but
right,
it was
bad.
you know when we were around the worst people in the world, like the richest, whitest. I didn't see one person of color there. People were staring at Ro because she's Asian. Like they were literally giving her the up and down because there was an Asian person there, and I was feeling it. I was like, this fucking sucks. I don't
really
like
doubt that. There's plenty of rich Asian people.
Not in the name of this town was no, there weren't any there.
Not in Utah?
No, dude. Have you been to Utah, bro?
I have. Yes, I have been to Utah.
So anyway, and then the water park was one day, and then the U2 concert was another day. So that was a rough, and it was a weekend. That was a rough weekend. I had to do 3 things. No, there was a give and take. I got to do something.
She said to you, you can choose between U2 or the water park. What would you have chosen?
Wow, dude, that's a good question. They were both equally horrible, Dan. I can't choose. They were both really bad. Looking back,
we're gonna lose one of these. Like you only have to do one. I'll do it. She said, "I'll do the other one myself. You only have to come with me on one of these."
I'm choosing the water park. The U2 thing was quite bad because here's the thing: the U2 thing was really crowded. Like there was this one part. There was one part we had to file into this big thick line where you're in this corral, and my claustrophobia.
Was it an indoor show or an outdoor show?
It was an outdoor stadium, but to get to the outdoor stadium, I mean, it was crowded. There was around 20,000 people there. The Zootropia tour, whatever. And it's like to get into the stadium where the Utes, it's the college, but you like college football, whatever the college Utes, whatever the fuck.
That's where it was?
Stadium. Yeah. And it was like 20,000. It was packed. And to get in there, you needed to get filed down this like cow corral.
I'm with you. I think
we were stuck there like that. I'm like, no, I'm going to the water park. Yeah. And then I'll never forget this. Listen to this part of the story. We're at the U2 concert, sitting there. She's all excited. I'm sitting right next to this kind of old guy. And by the way, the people that are around me are all horrible. All white people, all horrible. And they were kind of old, too. They're all like Gen X, you know what I mean? But one guy sitting next to me was definitely a boomer. And Dan, hand to God, I swear to God, the guy smelled like piss. And the reason that he smelled like piss, is because I could just tell, like, he had like that little like pee mark, like right around his pee. You know, Howard Stern sometimes talks about how he gets a little thing of pee. And it might happen to me or you, like rare once in a while. But this guy had like this guy had the visible circle of pee in his shorts. And I was sitting right next to the guy and I could smell it. And I'm looking at his crotch and I could smell the pee and everything. And I'm like, this is gross. And, and then the whole concert, people are standing up. She moves in mysterious ways. Whoa. And I'm like, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah,
it was
awful.
Fucking horrible. But I went there. Now, listen, let's talk about you. Didn't Kara make you to go to a concert recently? What concert did you?
It's been a while. The last time.
What is the concert that you went to that you didn't like? I know she made you go to a concert. That was when I
saw you.
What was the concert?
Adele.
Okay, bracket. What would you rather? What's the worst one? Adele or U2 for you?
If I had to see Adele or U2?
Yeah, put those two on the bracket. It's between Adele and U2. Same concert experience, same time. Different fan bases, different music. Now, you were there at one of them, and I was there at one of them.
I mean, Adele is the type of thing where I would never go just because it's so expensive and it's not my genre. But she's very talented.
I got an answer. I got an easy answer.
I can appreciate certain things about her.
Yeah.
And
are you choosing the Adele concert?
There's a certain douchery to U2.
Yeah.
That is way worse. Than the. I mean, it was a mixed crowd. I'm not going to say it's young. It was all young people, but I think I would pick Adele. Yeah.
I'm hands down choosing to go to the Adele concert. Hands down. Mm-hmm. Because there's something about U2 that is so douchey. And just I sat there and to watch him prance around on stage. By the way, it's not a young Bono. It's this old fucking Bono. And he's prancing around. It would have been one thing to go back in a time machine and see these. I mean, this guy is so annoying now. Like the older he gets, the more annoying he is.
He is very annoying, and his activism is fake. There's been all kinds of stuff about him. About how
Oh, no, I'm with you.
He's just a typical fucking rich guy. And it's fine, be a rich guy, but don't cosplay
don't.
you know.
Yeah, it's performative.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not like going to the U2 concert. Now I went for Ro, and here's the thing: unlike you, I was able to kind of. I mean, Ro doesn't listen to this podcast too much, so she won't hear it too much. But like, does Kara listen to this podcast, or she's probably in the back right now?
She can hear me right now, yeah.
So, but like, you know, the U2 podcast, the U2 concert was very unpleasant for me. But
Yeah.
I was able, I have a good, even with Ro, I'm able to sort of be fake for a little bit and just kind of be like, she's like, how did you like it? You know, I'm like, it was good. And
You lied to her.
I lie all the time. I mean, so.
I don't do that. Like, okay, first of all, the Adele thing was like I just said, there's a big difference between something that you hate, where you're dealing with something you can't stand, and something where you don't have a huge opinion about it. I'm sure there's music, Bruce, that is not your thing, but you can kind of appreciate certain elements.
Oh, there's a lot of music like that, bro. Like, yeah, I mean,
like if I took you to a metal show from an act you don't really like, you could
like a neutral act that I don't really like Montrose, like Montrose. I don't know from Montrose. You know what I mean? Like
it's not your thing. Like, let's say, hey man, you know, Cinderella's touring. I mean, it's 80s kind of glam metal. Not your thing. But you could say, okay, you know, whatever.
I'll tell you, I'm not going to go see Motley Crue or Poison or Rat. You know what I mean?
Motley Crue you can't see because they can't play anymore. Like, it's just a joke.
Well, here's the thing for me. I mean, I can't be too familiar. Like, I can't be too familiar with the songs and be annoyed. Like Vince Neil, I would never go see because
he can't sing.
Right. But like Cinderella, the reason that works is because I don't know too much Cinderella, and I would enjoy the concert. I'd be like listening to the songs.
Yeah, the main Cinderella.
I don't know them, you know, whatever. But Adele, same thing. I would see an Adele concert. I only know about a few songs, and I'd be like, I guess sing, you know, whatever.
There's a big difference between the only stuff I put my foot down is if I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to spend $200 to go to something I hate. Now it's it's one thing to spend $200 on something. Okay, it's not my thing, but I'm going with the wife, and she wants to go. That's fine.
Yeah,
it's totally reasonable. But like to say, hey Dan, I want you to come see. I can't think of an example. Something you can't stand. Something that makes you sick. You know what I mean? And I'm bad like that with music. Like
Jimmy Buffett.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So here's the thing. The U2 thing was an all expenses paid thing. Like Rose, like, look, I'll pay for fucking everything. You just gotta be with me.
Okay, all right.
She's like, you gotta just pay. And I was making good money at the time. I was doing the Bruce the T-shirt guy thing, and I told her I didn't want to go do any of this, you know. Okay. But she's like, when she brought it up, like, I don't want to.
She knew it was under protest.
Yeah, but she's like, look, you go with me, like, you can. We'll go out to eat. I'm like, oh, so I knew, again, meals, right? Like, you know, and so there were meals involved, and I was happy about that. She kept me full with hot pretzels, whatever the time, you know. But like, yeah, the U2 thing, and I don't really lie. Like afterwards, she's like, oh, did you have a good time? And I would say like, I have the ability, as you know, I have the ability to be fake, right? I've got a really good ability to be fake.
I don't have that.
And Ro knows that ability, but it's also not just to be fake. It's kind of the ability to like pick and choose what you like out of a situation or people or situations and sort of focus on that. And that helps me get through it. Like, in other words, if I'm at work and there are coworkers that I really don't like, I'm able to focus on what I do like about that coworker and sort of get along with them.
See, I am jealous of you because I can't help myself.
I'm really good at that.
I fixate on shit I hate, and it's really hard for me.
I mean, me and you have that similar thing, but I'm getting good at like. So when I went to the U2 concert, I hated it, but you know what was really good was the fucking stage production. They had some sort of lights and stage production. And I've been in the music business long enough to where, dude, that's what I focused on the entire time. I'm like, wow, how'd they get that light rack up there? And who's ever working the lights and the pyrotechnics Like, it was really good.
Okay, I
So
can see
I
that.
fucking
can see
focused
that.
on that. And I didn't like the music. And I try not to look at Bono prancing around or that foofy haired fucking bass player or the fact that they're a fucking guitar player. You got to call him the Edge.
Oh, I
Like,
hate that.
no.
I hate that.
Like,
Don't you have a name, buddy? Don't you have a name?
yeah, dude,
And
I'm
do you
not
get
calling you
tired of
the
that
Edge,
same fucking
dude.
riff over and over again?
No, I'm not calling. And by the way, one of my heroes, Henry Rollins, you know, my hero, Henry Rollins, who the singer of Black Flag, he hates U2 with a passion, and he's on podcasts a lot talking about how he hates U2. Like, he's got a thing for U2, how much he hates them. And I'm 100% on board with that.
That's funny.
How performative, like you say, that he is, and what a fucking douchebag he is, and all like this.
Yeah.
And the fan base was pretty bad too. You know
Awful.
what I mean? Like,
Awful.
they were really,
it's
really
like,
bad.
You know, one of the worst things is snob rock. That's what U2 basically is to me.
Yeah, dude.
It's snob
very
rock. It's like these guys, no, dude, you don't get it, bro.
Yeah,
There's way more going on there. No, there's not. Fuck off.
So, truth be told, did you watch U2? Did you watch MTV in the early ages, like the first 2 years? Okay.
Sure.
So U2, when they first came out, had two songs. They had a song called Gloria and a song called I Will Follow.
Yeah.
These were very, very, very early. Yeah. And technically, those two songs, especially I Will Follow, has some very early punk rock new wave nudes where they're pogoing in the crowd, which is a very early part of punk rock. And so I Will Follow had, like, when that song came out on MTV and I watched it as a kid, I'm like, God damn, this is awesome, right? But that didn't last long. And then they became
New Year's Day is a pretty good song. They have a couple of tunes I like. But
yeah, I don't even like New Year's Day. Like, but I like the really early.
I just can't get past the fans and the him and the bullshit and the Edge.
That's got to
the
be
Edge.
like,
call me the Edge.
And then that bass player had that fucking blonde, foofy, like fucking, and I was like, no, dude. And then I remember being a drummer, and that's why I hate the Police. I hate the Police. And I hate U2, both police. Because the drummer, because I was taking drum lessons at the time. And when you're taking drum lessons, there's a magazine out called Modern Drummer. And that was big back then. And always on the cover is Stuart Copeland and the motherfucker from Police, how great they were. And interviews with them and stuff. I'm like, I just don't see it, motherfucker. No, I don't see it. So I don't like either of those two bands.
Police. Copeland's pretty funny. Just I don't know about his drumming. I mean, I can't comment on that, but he's a pretty funny guy.
There is a very, very famous clip where Sting and they're trying to practice and they're doing like a take of a song, and Stuart Copeland is playing these incessant amount of quarter note triplets, and it's not really serving the music that well. It's more of him being fancy. And and so Sting just stops and goes, okay, that's a bit much, don't you think? And in a really very real moment, Stuart Copeland gets fucking furious at Sting and goes, no, that's because some bass players can't understand the genius of what I'm doing back here, okay? That's going to be featured in Modern Drummer magazine on the cover, okay? Except you, as a bass player, wouldn't understand it. And Sting just kind of laughs. He's like, okay. And that just sums up, for me, how I feel about these guys.
Yeah, I like the Police, but yeah, U2's.
I like them too. I really liked the Police, but then they got into that sort of. They got into like, look how talented we are, and I was like, yeah.
No, they did get into that, but one thing I respect about them is they didn't do like 27 comebacks. You know what I mean? You got to.
They left on top.
Yeah.
You know what? Leave when you're on top. And Sting had his career, and even Sting, God bless him. I mean, you said he performs every now and again, but I don't hear from Sting. I don't see pictures of him running around with his shirt off like Iggy Pop.
Well, I think he's finally getting older, and is like enough.
It's enough. Realize when it's time.
It's enough. Yeah.
To leave the game, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. But I really liked this podcast with the brackets.
Yeah.
Can I work on a bracket for you next week? And then because I want to make it for you, and it has to be of things that, unlike you, I want to choose I guess it makes sense to choose what the worst thing is out of then
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the theme of this whole podcast is complaining. So like it's always better to go with the worst. Yeah. So you got Wasteland in 3 weeks. I got 2 months until Iron Maiden in Brooklyn.
So Brooklyn, and so Kara stays home for that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, and it's you and the bros.
So I got a suite at the arena.
First class, you're gonna fly.
No. So a suite is 16 seats, but if you divide it up, it actually costs less than a ticket. So if you get 16,
give me numbers. How much is per person? What are we looking at? $500? $500?
No. And a ticket to see Iron Maiden for a regular schmuck, regular ticket.
You're gonna go on. Yeah.
After fees, regular ticket is $190.
Okay. In Brooklyn.
Right? In Brooklyn. To get a suite, I'd have to do the math. To get a suite costs about that times 16.
And you love Iron Maiden.
I do.
And you have an Iron Maiden tattoo.
I do.
And Iron Maiden is getting old, but they're still got the chops.
They are in an elite group of bands from that era that can still play.
Yep. Who's the drummer of Iron Maiden right now?
Nico McBrain.
Is he the original one?
I mean, yes and no. No, he's not the original drummer, but he's been with them since 1983.
How old is the drummer right now?
I don't want to answer this. He's the oldest guy in the band, and he is 70.
That's impressive, though.
70.
I mean, hold on. I gotta look into. Does he play double kick pedal? Are there parts that are like?
Yeah,
Is he doing that?
Yes, he's got double bass. Yep.
That dude, if a 70-year-old guy is doing the gallop, I know what I know about Iron Maiden is they have
the gallop's the whole thing. Yeah.
They have a lot of gallop. They're one of
intro, you get the slow outro, you get the gallop in the middle,
and they got the double kick pedal, and they're definitely one of the early pioneers of the heavy metal. And he's got to do this with his feet. And if you try to just do it right now on the ground with your feet and tap along, it's so hard to do. It's not as so much of a musical talented thing as it is a straight up physical endurance thing. It's so hard to do. I don't know if I could do it for more than a minute. You know what I mean? And if a 70-year-old guy is doing it, well, God bless him. That's amazing.
Man, they can still play. They still sound pretty good. They don't fucking bring tracks. It's not recorded like a lot of bands do.
Do they have the guy? Do they have the Eddie on stilts that comes out like a 3-dimensional?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I love that, dude. God bless them for that. You know what? Good for them.
Yeah, they put on a good show. They do. So this is an interesting question. Maiden is very old school. Okay.
Oh, I know it.
They do not do the thing like Metallica does, where the better seats cost more. At a Maiden show, every ticket costs the same amount of money.
Good for them.
And you get what you get. If you get in early, you'll get a good seat. If you don't get in early, you won't get a good seat.
Yeah, that old school. It's how it went. You show up early. Early bird gets the worm.
The way they do it is they do a general admission floor, and then obviously seats everywhere else. I don't dig general admission anymore.
Yeah, I don't see you doing that. But I know a lot of people like to do that because you can push your way to the front. You get packed in there.
Yeah, it's not my thing. I wouldn't like that. So I get seats. Normally, I just get regular seats. But I did the math. I call up the arena. I'm like, hey, how much is it for a suite?
The Heeb, I hate to do it. I hate to do this to you. So the Heeb did some number crunching and sort of figured out.
The arena. The Heeb had this idea. I'm like, because I know quite a few people in the New York area who would go to this. So I thought, I wonder if a suite, if you divide it up by the number of tickets, costs about the same as a ticket. Because when you have a suite, you get extra benefits. You get a schlepper, like a waiter.
Right. So you got someone bringing you some food.
You get the nice bathrooms. You're on your own little concourse area where
you get your own little bath.
That's
huge.
You're away from the gen pop. You're away.
Dude.
The suites are on their own area. You go up to the suite level on the elevator. You don't have your own bathroom, but the bathrooms are only for the suites. So,
but I will say you don't have the concert experience where you feel the energy of thousands of people. Like,
well,
like you don't care too much.
You have to remember about the suite. It has the indoor area where with the bar and the food, but then there's
like a balcony where you go down.
There's seats. You go out and you're a part of the arena. Once you go out of the glass, you're then sitting in seats.
Okay, that's cool.
So
it's like on an outer lip kind of thing.
It's probably not quite the experience you get right, in a regular seat, but I've done the
Well, you're
regular
not
seat.
like enclosed with glass, though, right?
No,
Like you're not.
no.
Okay.
It's probably not quite the experience, but I've done the experience a million times. Like I wanted something different, and so I call them up. They
Well,
give
I
me the
like this.
prices, and I'm doing the math. I'm like, man, that's a little less than what a ticket would cost me. So if I get 16 people and we all chip in $190, which is what it costs, we can not only get the suite, we get a little bit of food with it too. So
You do
I'm
like
like,
shrimp platter, and some guy.
get your egg rolls, get your pot
Dude,
stickers, whatever.
you know what? You know what's? I love this because the bathroom situation alone is worth it.
Yeah. So I'm
I
thinking,
mean, so
wow. So I did this. So I put together the suite and I got 15 other people coming and they all paid their chunk.
and now so you got one of them is Brent Hadley from the Howard Stern Show.
Yeah. So I'm a
Look
little
at
bit
you
friendly with him.
hobnobbing. Is he bringing Richard Christie or what? Who are you bringing?
I told him to invite him, but we never heard back. So I just got other people. So Brent's bringing his wife.
Yeah.
Brent's from Florida. He's from a couple hours south of me. So, and I've hung out with him a couple of times. I'm not like
Is it like a good car? Are you going to get wild? Like as far as like the partying? Of course.
No. I'll have a few beers.
Really?
We'll have a good time. I got some college friends coming. Should be good. It should be fun.
You won't. Hold on. I mean, you're not an alcoholic, and you drink like a normal person, but you're not going to get like super drunk for this.
I don't. I just don't feel good the next day if I have more than a few.
Oh my God,
beers.
I can't even imagine. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around what it's like to go to a concert and just just have a couple beer and not be able to like just.
You know what it is, man? I have a superpower where I always see the next thing, and
wow.
The next thing for that is misery and a headache and flying home miserable. And I don't want to do that. So,
but I have the thing of oh, it's Iron Maiden. It's going to be really great. It's better than normal. I should drink more because it's Iron Maiden. And it's really great. And just that's fucking. Well, I'm happy for you. I mean, the Iron Maiden thing is going to be fun, and I think that you should definitely take little clips that you can use on the podcast later of your experiences at the Iron Maiden show.
Yeah, I will.
And I love that.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm going to see a bunch of college buddies up there, and we should have a good time. But I won't get all. I'll have a couple of beers. It's not my style.
What about someone? I mean, there's got to be someone in the 15 people that you're going there with that's going to fucking lose it. Like, really, there's got to be someone in that group.
So
that's going to fucking
think of anyone going who's the type, and especially one. I have invited a buddy of mine who's bringing his wife and kid.
Oh no!
It's an older kid. It's an older kid. Like
how old's the kid?
Teenage.
All right. You were probably like, you're bringing your kid?
No. This is fine. I like this kid's fine. This kid has gone with us to shows before. She digs me.
Let me ask you this. So you invite a bunch of people, hypothetical. They're all people you sort of know. And someone says, I want to bring my kid. And you don't know the kid. At what age do you risk the friendship and say, no, you're not bringing him? And at what age is it like, you know what, I'm not crazy about it, but okay. Like, I know there's a number where you're going to have a cutoff, where you're going to risk the friendship and tell the person no.
I think that number is about 12. I'm going to say 12.
I thought I'd get a little higher than that, bro.
I'm going to say 12.
13-year-old's going to be annoying, dude.
I don't think so. I mean, 12, 13 is the minimum. If they had a 7-year-old and they're like, oh, little Bobby loves heavy metal music.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't love heavy metal music.
No.
Little Bobby doesn't love heavy metal music. He's just doing things. This, by the way, this is a new pet peeve of mine. You just touched on something. So I see a lot of, I'm on Facebook a lot, and there's our different communities that I'm in. Lots of punk rock, fucking ska, music, Grateful Dead, Wasteland, cosplay, graffiti, a million different interests that I'm in. They all have communities. Everybody's my age. I see a lot of people interjecting. Hey, the Grateful Dead group, for example.
Oh, no.
There's always pictures of like, here I am, and here's a picture of little Asen, and he loves the Grateful Dead too. And it's like got a guy. It's got a guy No, he doesn't. It's got a guy with a Grateful Dead shirt, and he's got his 7-year-old kid with a Grateful Dead shirt giving the thumbs up. And he keeps going on. I'm like, Althea is his favorite song. And I'm like yelling, Dan, this gets me livid. I'm like, he's not into the Grateful Dead. He's just trying to make his dad happy.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so common.
Yeah.
And it's what they call grooming. I'm sorry.
And I'm gonna take it a step further too, because not only are these people too daft to realize that the kid, number one, first of all, the community that you're interacting with, these Grateful Dead fans, they don't give a fuck about your kid. Number one. Let's start there.
That's with every community, though. Really, I mean,
yes, every community, unless it's specifically a kid group. And
right.
I see this,
that's the caveat. If it's a kid group, okay, but these are adult interests that I'm interested in.
I see this in animal rescue all.
Yes. Little Johnny loves to rescue potbelly pigs.
I'm very involved, as you know, in pig rescue and pug rescue.
Yeah.
And I never say anything because I don't want to piss people off. But when people put these pictures up, this is my son with their new pug. It's like, nobody cares about your fucking kid. You want to see the dog. We love seeing the dog in the house, happy and rescued, and that's great. And if the kid happens to be in the photo as part of the family, that's fine.
But don't make it about the fucking kid.
That's not what they're doing. It's about the kid. They want attention. And it's like not everything has to be about your kid. You know? How about you go be a parent over there and you leave me alone with my interest here?
And I'll tell you what, the more adult, the more adult themed that the interest is.
It's so bad.
The worse it is. And it's pretty bad with the Grateful Dead stuff because the Grateful Dead is an old ass.
Little Asen loved his circular saw. And his belt sander. I mean, exactly.
Or if it's like, no, dude, it drives me nuts. Or like cosplaying Mad Max stuff. It's like your 7-year-old doesn't give a shit.
Look at how little Asen dressed up like Bob Weir for Halloween.
Yeah, no, he does, and they do that. Oh, little Asen's got a jerry wig on. He loves it, and he's like, and I'm just trying to I'm yelling at the computer. I'm like, he's only because I remember when I was young, I just wanted to please my dad. I think that's a super common thing with young kids. Just want to please. I don't want him to yell at me. I just want him to please him. Right? I don't want any I just want good vibes. So of course my dad was a fisherman, and he wasn't interested in sort of like artistic stuff. He wanted me to be a wrestler, a baseball player, and a fucking do some fishing, deep sea fishing. I wasn't interested in any of that stuff, but I feigned it for many years to try to make him happy about me.
Of course.
And that's a fucking common thing. And I don't understand why these parents don't fucking see it.
And it'd be one thing if the kid was like 17 and was like, you know what, I really dig, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he made his way there. He made his way there on his own.
7? No.
And it's you know what?
And nobody fucking cares.
No one cares. And it's worse with fucking religion too. You see this all the time. Like super religious groups, and it's like, oh, here's little Asen on the religious retreat. You know what I mean? I'm like, you made him that way. He didn't choose this on his own.
I was just talking about this the other day, and it wasn't about religion. It was about something very similar, though, politics. And politics has become a religion for people where they have an identity. And then it's fine. This is your identity. You're into your team, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Don't bring your 7-year-old in. Let your 7-year-old make up his own fucking mind in 10 years.
I admit it. Right? I will agree with you on this 100%.
I don't care if you're an adult and you want to do the tribal politics thing, right? I think you're dumb, but whatever. You're an adult. That's fine. Then when they start bringing their kid in and they're wearing whatever the hat is or whatever the shirt is or whatever it is, I don't care what it is.
Either team.
Anything. It could be anything.
Yeah.
It's like you're that's awful. Awful.
Yeah.
Let the kid develop his or her own opinions when he or she is an adult.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
It's that way with religion and adult themed bands. And there's a lot of different groups that I'm in, and like you said,
I hate something heavy metal groups. They do the same thing in the heavy metal groups.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is my
little Jimmy loves Iron Maiden.
He loves
No, he doesn't. I guarantee you your 7-year-old doesn't love Wasp. I will tell you. And I'll say that Your 7-year-old absolutely does not love the Grateful Dead. They don't.
No.
Your 7-year-old does not like Black Flag and early Circle Jerks record. They don't. They don't. Even at that age, they'll think of shit that they like on their own. They might like Taylor Swift for real, but I mean, whatever, which is fine. Let them pick their own thing. They certainly don't love, they love the story about how Jesus Christ went into the cave for 3 days and came out. I'm like, what? No. And
they love candy and they love presents,
dude.
And they
love it's all a form of grooming, and it just drives me nuts because I'm in part of so many Facebook.
That's part of it. It's the grooming aspect, and it's also the hey, look at me. This is what I made with my body. Look at my child. Right. It's like there's places for that. There's places where
you were in groups where there's a term for that when it's a little baby. It's called mommy jacking, where like. You heard of that term, right? There's like a mom, she's in a group, and all of a sudden, hey, they put their baby, right, with the T-shirt of the interest on it, right? Hey, look at little Junior wearing. I'm like, you know what? This is a frog group.
See, like he believes in free speech too. It's like, shut up.
Or like this is like I'm in tortoise groups. Right, saving tortoises.
No.
Oh, and they put a picture of the little baby next to the tortoise. Tommy the tortoise loves Asen. I'm like, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Tommy the tortoise is not enjoying. And I know you're like, how about this? I'm in these pit bull groups, like these American Staffordshire Terrier groups and stuff like that. And oh my God, this will send my blood boiling. There's videos, short videos, and pictures of the infant, putting an infant or a toddler right next to a fully grown dog, where he's like petting him on the head, kind of rough.
You see, and they're good with the family.
Yeah. And thank God there's other people that are braver than me that go in and go, you shouldn't do that because the minute that dog snaps at the child,
you're going to blame the dog.
They put the dog down. Huh? And that's the end of the dog. How about you shouldn't allow your fucking kid anywhere near that or supervise, not sitting there next to him for a fucking photo op.
It is. It drives me insane especially with the music. But back to my people. This is a good friend of mine. The kid is really cool, and she's just
the Iron Maiden concert.
She's gone with us to ones even when she was younger. But this kid, it's hard to explain. She's just really chill to the point where you almost don't know she's there. And
good.
And even if but the thing is, I think she likes it, and it doesn't bother me. It'd be one thing if she was
I'm with that. 17-year-old, a sort of quiet 17-year-old, I got no problem.
She went with us even when she was like 11, 12, and it was fine. Because I know these people. Right. If
they've been vetted, they've been vetted, Dan. It's not like they've been vetted.
Yeah, but
I'm very much about vetting people.
Yeah,
I have to know.
You gotta vet them, man. You gotta vet them.
I have to vet them, bro. Well, excellent stuff.
Yeah, so we're good, man. But yeah, so that I got a couple of months, and we're into September. The summer is over, thank God. We should be breaking ground on my house in about a week.
Good for you.
Christ. And, just another 9 months in the trailer, and
have you had any more? I know you're going to restaurants a lot. Any more bad? Did you send me a picture recently of when you're going to a restaurant you didn't like the way someone was behaving? Because this is a common thing.
No, it's been quiet this week. It was pretty good. We did go to the Waffle House this morning.
I fucking love the Waffle House.
I do too.
So you go with Kara, right?
Yeah. Sat at the counter.
That's what I was going to ask. Sitting at the counter. I'll tell you why sitting at the counter is smart. You know why? No interaction with children at the counter. It's super rare.
There's no kids at the counter. The only thing I'll say is, we're in a college town. We're sitting at the counter. The girl who sat next to us looked like she had literally rolled out of bed 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, I mean, there's always someone right next to you, but
she was gross and didn't like that. And then,
but at least the counter, you can look forward, right? And you're looking, you're watching the guy with the grill.
It was fine. I'm nitpicking. It was fine.
Let me ask you, I love their waffles so much. There's a lot of pork being cooked at that place. It must drive you
Yeah,
nuts.
I don't eat the pork, obviously.
What do you eat though when you go there?
I
What's
get
your
the
go-to?
waffle. I get the scattered, smothered, and covered hash browns.
The
I get the eggs.
waffle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. Do you get the fried eggs or like the scrambled eggs?
I like the scrambled.
Oh, that's so good. Do you ask for an additional egg? Like how many?
Additional
Like
chicken wrap? No additional egg. I don't have additional chicken wrap.
oh
No.
my god.
No,
I love something's up with those waffles that are really good. There's like some sort of like you notice the taste of vanilla, whatever in those waffles. Like there's vanilla, and they're so fucking good.
We did a menu you would love. Yesterday there was a huge football game in town. I'm talking sold out, 100,000 people.
The Gators.
And, so we went to dinner. The game started at 3:30. We went to dinner at 5, and we went to this place that's more of a lunch place. And Bruce, there was not a soul in there. It was fantastic. It was the best.
So, and the only people who were there in there, like a couple of 80-year-olds.
No, nobody. Just the people working and us. That's it.
And it's because it's because of the game that was mainly.
Either people were at the game or they were at a restaurant bar watching the game. This was like a lunch joint.
And this didn't have the game on the TV anywhere in the restaurant.
Oh, no TV.
That's smart.
Yeah,
it's always good. It's always good to choose, like when there's like, in other words, okay, this is Labor Day weekend out here.
Here too.
Arizona. And a big thing for people to do in Arizona
is
everywhere.
It's everywhere. Yeah.
And a big thing that people do here in Arizona, in Phoenix, is they drive on this fucking northern route, Route 17, to get up to Flagstaff.
Sedona.
And you go up to Flagstaff and Sedona and Prescott because it's cooler up there, and they got swimming, and it's a big thing, and this is the time of the year. And yesterday it was 112 degrees out here. So fucking everyone likes to drive up north. Now, I know that this is good time for me to go do stuff around Phoenix because most people are gone. Like I went to Winco, I get my errands done, no one's out, So if you time it right for things wherever people are, go to where they're not. So
no, that is the story of my life. I go where the people are not. And so on game day weekends we do that. And then I did one other slight point of interest. So I was contacted by someone who works in my college admissions office where I went to college. This is up in New Hampshire.
Dartmouth calls you up.
They didn't call me. She emails me. She goes, "Hey, so I'm going to be in Gainesville on business for next weekend." Meaning,
I don't like where this is going.
No, it's just weird. She's like, I'd love to meet up, and I'm like, because I've volunteered before with admissions interviewing, like here. We're alumni, because what they do is if you apply to Dartmouth and you're from this area, they find an alumnus in the area to interview you. It's really just informational, just so you can meet a local person.
It's just kind of like it's social for you. You just chat with a young person.
Yeah, right. I like doing it because I figure
Of course.
Right. So I've done it a lot. So the admissions office has my info. Like, hey, so one of the admissions officers is going to be here and she wants to meet. And I'm like, oh, she wants with me. So I'm like, I'm going to go. I'm curious what the fuck she wants. So I'm going to go next weekend. But it was funny because she's younger. I looked her up, probably 20s, young kid, works at the admissions office. And she's like, hey, I'm going to be, here's where I'm staying. Maybe we can get coffee. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. I said, I can come pick you up. We'll go out. She goes, why don't we just meet? Because you can tell.
She's like, I don't want to get in the car with this dude.
Yeah,
I'm not getting in the car with some fucking alumni from Dartmouth from the 80s. I don't think so.
80s? Stop it. 90s, please. Stop. I was a kid in the 80s. Stop it. 90s. So that's next weekend. And then on Friday, you have something to say to me? Friday.
It's your birthday?
Yeah.
And you're going to be 52? 51.
Yeah.
So we're going to say this guy's in his early 50s.
Yeah, I'm no longer 50. Now I'm in my early 50s.
You got to say early. Like, it sucks for me because I'm 56, which technically is late 50s. And it really sucks because it's like I realize that I'm only 4 years away from being 60 years old.
Yeah, but 9 years from Medicare, man. and the beauty that's so
I am
security
looking
check.
forward to getting. I want that. I'm looking
Yeah.
because I'm not working anymore. I just can't. I
You
just
just
can't
got to
imagine.
ride out 9 more years. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to somehow, like really fucking like I'm trying to watch the money so much right now. Like Ro left. When Ro leaves, I have this thing that I love to do. When she leaves, the first
Pizza.
thing that I do is get the pizza, right?
Yeah.
I get a party pizza. It's a 30-inch diameter pizza, and it's enormous.
Feed you for a
Well,
week.
yeah, and it's great. But I've been like trying to lose weight and look good for Wasteland. So I only have one cheat day. And I was like, yeah, that's okay. I can eat this extra large pizza. I'll eat half of it in like a day, and like it'll last for a weekend, and that'll be my carbs, whatever. But they raised the prices on it, Dan, and it pushed me down the pain point. And they're like, the pizza's $35. And I'm like, man, I don't fucking have $35. And I'm like, I really want the pizza.
What do you
But
get?
I'm like,
do you get it just cheese or
just
is it
cheese, bro. Just
the
a big
toppings
plain
pig?
no
Okay.
toppings.
All right, no toppings.
And I thought you would like that. There's no peg on it, nothing.
Love that.
It's just
Yeah.
a cheese pizza. And because I love plain cheese pizza, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And then to heat it up, you put it in the toaster oven or the fucking dry fryer, whatever the fuck. It's so good. And I eat pizza. And I want it so bad, but it's like it used to be 25, then it was 28.
Well, just get a smaller one.
It's not the same. I want the whole fucking thing. So now it's like Ro left, and she's like, I know you're going to get the pizza. I'm like, yeah. So she left, and I was driving around and going, okay, I have no more income, and I'm trying to make it to 62 or 3 or whatever the fuck. And like the money is just withering away. And I say, and I'm not even making any art selling it. I haven't done shit recently, and I don't care. So I'm like, so you know what I did instead? I went to the grocery store and I bought a bag of, extra wide egg noodles, American Beauty. They're called American Beauty is the brand. There you go. That's what it looks like when you eat too many egg noodles.
Right.
So like I bought, can you please take that down?
Okay. Oh, whoops.
So look, I look better, right? Don't I look better right now than that photo?
You do.
Right? So
wait a minute. So you didn't get the pizza. You made like a tuna noodle casserole?
So you get a cheat day when you do the high carb, when you do the no carb diet. You're eating a lot of protein, you're eating eggs, you're eating green beans, you're not eating anything made with white flour, and you're not eating anything with sugar. This is part of the diet. You leave it. So I'm like, okay, I want, and funnily enough, like when you do this thing, what would you miss more? Carbs like noodles and bread, or would you miss sweets like ice cream and cookies? What is the
carbs?
Hands down, that's my answer. I miss carbs like I'm craving it so fucking bad. So I'm like, I want to get a whole loaf of bread, this and that. But then I saw the egg noodles there. And I'm like, let me buy a whole big bag of egg noodles for $3.95. Go home, cook the whole bag. It's like a big bag of egg noodles, right? I cooked the whole bag, extra wide egg noodles, the good stuff, not the cheap stuff. Fleischmann's makes a good one, which is the Jewish brand. Manischewitz makes a really good one. But I get American Beauty. Very, very good. Good brand. I cooked the whole bag. Then I cook it soft. Then I put it on a plate, and then I had literally a half stick of butter, Dan. Half stick of butter. Like a whole like it's so much butter on this thing. And to make it 10 times worse than that, salt and pepper. So much salt. So much salt. So I'm tossing this stuff on this big plate, and it makes a mound on the plate, like the big. And we have a plate that's like the shape of an oval, like a restaurant oval, like that. And the whole thing's like this, and I'm just like, and there's nothing else. There's no fettuccine Alfredo. There's no chicken strips. Nothing. It's just buttered, salted, and peppered egg noodles. And Dan, I ate the whole fucking thing. And when I tell you, I was fucked up. Like halfway through eating it, I was in this frenzy.
You're starting to feel gross.
Yeah, but I'm like, it's tasting too good. It's hitting the endorphins and what's serotonin.
Yeah, dopamine.
And I'm like, oh, carbs. And I'm eating the whole thing. And then I finish it, and I feel like so bad. And then I went to sleep, and I'm having acid reflux, and I'm throwing up acid like in the back of my throat, and I'm feeling bad. I'm waking up every 2 hours. I have to pee. I'm sweating. I'm having a bad time. I'm drinking Pepto-Bismol, and it's the whole thing. And then the whole next day, I felt like I took a fucking 5 shots of whiskey. Like I literally have a hangover. I'm not feeling good. And it's so weird how the human body is, because it's like, I really shouldn't have done that, you know? But at the time, oh, it was just heaven. Like eating it is heaven.
Yeah, yeah. No, there's no question.
Mm.
All right, we're at an hour and a half. I got to.
Oh, sorry. I was like entering it up,
Okay.
talking
We're
about my egg
almost,
noodles,
almost
Dan.
pig, almost pig dinner time here. But yeah, we'll have a normal schedule until Wasteland, so we got a couple of weeks. And
Yeah, we'll keep. Okay, here's the deal. It's going to happen every Sunday up until whenever Wasteland comes up. I might be leaving that Sunday. I'll be gone. So there might be, and I'm not going to be able to do it from the fucking Wasteland. That's not going to happen.
we could do a short one where you're only on audio.
Maybe, and it'll be from the phone. And even then, okay. Last couple of times I went, this event is out in the middle of nowhere in the Mojave Desert.
Right.
Last time I went out there, I had the old plan, which was Verizon, which Dan takes care of. This time we're going to see how AT&T works.
Yeah, I mean, if to do audio doesn't require much. So
yeah, if the AT&T, and plus what happens is, when I noticed the last time you go out there, by the way, the event sold out. There's going to be 5,000 people out there. That's rare. So the event sold out. There is a cell tower. I didn't know this about technology. You might know it. But there's like a cell tower out there. But when you get 5,000 people in the middle of nowhere, it crowds the cell tower. And I've learned that it only works at 4 a.m, between 4 and 5 in the morning, when most people are.
If you ever wanted, like, you're never going to do this because you don't want to spend any money. But if you ever
Starlink,
that's what I have here.
Yeah, that's what you're going to say?
It is. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's in my future. That is in my future, because Rowan and I
if you get the RV, then yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to need that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm looking forward, and I've heard lots of good things about that. I'll give it to you.
Dude, it is amazingly good. I was very skeptical because satellite internet has a bad reputation, but even through a hurricane, we have had no outages.
Let me ask you this: what is your monthly fee?
Well, I pay more because I have the business plan. So
what is
mine's more? It's like $250 a month. It's expensive.
But you can get, but the cheap one is $150 a month, right?
Something like that. But there's no contract with it. So that's the nice thing. Use it when you want, and if you don't want it anymore, you get rid of it.
And they just give you a little. They give you a little dish the size of a dinner plate. You have that.
Well, you got to buy the equipment.
What's that?
That's not cheap, but I think mine was like $700.
Do you buy the equipment or rent the equipment?
They may have an option to rent it. I bought it. Just because
I would do. That's smart. Yeah.
Because mine's going to be my permanent connection as long as I'm living here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah,
that's good stuff. I mean, I'm looking for. I thank God, because when Ro and I had this plan to go out and live out in an RV for the rest of our lives, it's like I'm going to miss the internet. You know what I mean?
You have to have it, man.
I have to have my shit. You know what I mean? Cool, bro.
All right. Well, we will talk next weekend. I will be 51 the next time I see you.
Wow. And when is your birthday exactly?
Friday. The 6th.
This Friday?
6th,
and you turn 51.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah.
You're still very young, Dan. I mean, I'm 5 years older than you. Shit.
You are. You're old. Yeah. You're almost a boomer. I mean, you're only a few years away from boomer.
You know what's funny? Ro is right on the cusp. Ro is
64, 65.
Ro, yeah, she's 65. So she's like literally right on the line.
That's the first. But 65 is the first year of Gen X.
So I always tell her, I'm like, I'm so glad you're not a boomer.
Yeah, that would suck.
I don't think I could be.
Your phone ringing? Look at that. You have a landline?
You know what that noise is? That noise is every time the air conditioner goes on, it kicks in that weird noise. And here, Dan, and I don't know what it is. I don't care. I don't want to know. Yeah. As long as it's keep on working, that's fine. Now, I will say this. So you'll notice, guess what's missing in this shot? The bed sheets hanging down. The bed sheets hanging down, which were blocking off the front room from air conditioning, are gone. That's because she's gone, and I took them down so I could refrigerate a part of the house that I want to use. So that is what's happening. So in that front room right now, I'm going to be getting ready for Wasteland, getting my outfits ready, and now it's air conditioned and it's nice. Now, will the bill be higher? Yeah. Am I going to hear about it? Absolutely. Yeah. Am I going to get yelled at about it? Probably. I don't care. I'm alone. Okay. I want to be.
Drop in the bucket, Bruce. It's a drop in the bucket.
Well, to me, look, I'll take that heat. It's all about picking your battles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right,
All right,
brother.
all. We're out.
Peace
Make a
out.
dildo.